Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cycle. This is Let's Play Train Simulator. Let's see if I can pull this one off. I can already tell you that the 166 scenario is horrible. Oxford bound, you cannot get to Appleford on time because the train leaves at the moment you're supposed to arrive. So naturally, that scenario, not doable. We're not going to be able to do that one. Forget that one. I may come back and do it as a standard mode scenario, but I haven't decided yet. In any case, we are going to go ahead and try and do Duff Coal, see if we can get this one done. 30-minute scenario. I enjoyed driving this train when in the standard scenario that we did way back over here in the, where is it now? This scenario. I enjoyed driving that Lost in the Shuffle scenario. So we're going to try and do Duff Coal, see if we can pull off Duff Coal. And let's go ahead and get into that one right now and see if we can pull that one off in career form. See you inside the scenario. You have been held here to allow other traffic to use the line ahead. Proceed to Didcot as signals allow. Ooh, boy. Yeah, this is a 29-minute scenario. We have to do this quickly, apparently. We have to drop off some cars, we have to couple some more cars, and then we have to try to be speedy here. So signals are going to allow us to go. Let's go ahead and get ourselves moving here. We've got a huge train on our back. We're going via Didcot reception to arrival, which is 11 miles away. We can go one signal right now, so we're going to go the one signal and see what we can pull off. You have to be there at 16:40. Oh, I read that wrong. That was... Oh, no, I'm reading that right. 16:43. We have to be there in 17 minutes. This is doable. This is doable. At least I think it's doable. Except our arrival time is suggesting that it isn't. We do have a yellow aspect, so the yellows do continue that as single yellow. We have to assume the next signal is red, and if we look ahead, we see a lot of red signals everywhere, but none of those are ours. We're up to a green signal, so the yellow signal half a mile away is now a yellow signal. I actually haven't even looked yet, so I should probably tell you where we are. Is this a green signal ahead? We have a yellow signal ahead. Until I know we can proceed safely, I'm going to have to ease this back. But our ETA is a lot better now. Where are we right now? We are located all the way up here. Yep, we just literally passed. We literally left Oxford, so we're on our way down to Didcot, and we're going to be finishing, I believe, at Didcot. So we're only doing half the line here today. I'm keeping the speed no higher than 40. We're going to zoom in with our binoculars and check the next signal. It is a yellow signal, yellow aspect, so we can proceed. I'm not sure what we're following here, but looking where we are, there is something ahead of us on the track. There it is. So we're following him apparently for a while here. We now have a double yellow aspect, so we can go ahead and speed up a bit now. So I'm just kind of hoping we can get ourselves up to full speed and make the entire journey and be on time, because we need to be there in 14 minutes, and we only have 10 miles to go. Having this train ahead of us actually is impacting us, because we have to go literally an hour at a time. Like, we're looking at a 60-mile-per-hour speed to go a minute for each mile. We're at a point where we can get a better time than a minute per mile right now, almost a minute per mile. So I'm saying that wrong. We're not quite at the right time or speed to be able to get that distance. So I kind of want to be able to go at least 60 miles per hour. I hear a green signal. That is good. We can go ahead and stay up to speed. Let's do that. We can go up to 90 right now. The next signal is probably yellow. It is so close. See a train in the other lane over here? This is the you can see up. And there's a rail freight general over there, changing tracks. Beauty. I'm going to ease our speed down a little bit, or throttle down a little bit right now, because I want to make sure that our line is clear ahead. I don't know for sure that our line ahead is going to be clear yet. So zooming back in, we're going to look for that signal. In my opinion, the pace is a good pace right now. We have a red. We have a yellow. I'm going to keep ourselves coasting, because I'm going a little too fast right now. I'm going to coast ourselves down to a lower speed, so if I need to stop, I can. I actually got lucky on that one, so I don't want to push my luck too much here. 60 is the pace I really want to go, but the train ahead of us really has something to do with this. Look how fast we're going. And the train ahead of us, look how fast it's going. I think it's going slower than we are. It is definitely going slower than we are. So I have to slow down our pace. I'm going to zoom back out here. So get ourselves down to 45 for the time being. That's a good start. Let's zoom in on the signal, see what we got. That's a red signal. That's a yellow signal. So we should hopefully be able to maintain our pace now. This is a long signal block from what I can see here, so it looks like we're going to have probably a better clearance on the next signal. Either that or I've zoomed in a little bit. I can't decide which. I'm going to zoom back out because that's where I should be. See a lot more of the track going by. Ease the throttle back because we are under a yellow. If I need to slow down, I need to be prepared to slow down. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of brakes on right now to help us with that mission if needed. The station we're passing through, I'll confirm for you right now, is Radley. So we made it about 8 miles so far. Signal check, yellow. Seems to be the speed we want to go right now. We have 5 miles to go to Didcot reception. Another service over here, Rail Freight Petroleum. Lots of freight services out today, no passenger at this point. So we're going to zoom in on the next signal in just a moment. We have a speed limit of 85 coming up. Who cares? We're not going at that speed. But we're going to have to acknowledge that we're aware of it. Let's zoom in on the signal again, as I can't really see it around the curve yet, so I'm going to slow down a little bit just to be sure. That is a yellow signal, so we can go ahead. And I would have been going too fast for a red anyway, so it's a good thing we know there's a train ahead of us. That is really driving our speed right now. Zooming back out again. So I'm making an educated guess that the next signal is going to be a yellow signal for us. Back to the map. Here is our station at Colham. Signal is a yellow. I kind of wish I was going under double yellows this entire way, to be honest with you. Double yellow would be a much better signal to chase than a single yellow. We shouldn't really be chasing single yellows. And I don't see another signal coming up on the HUD, so this is concerning me. Another signal, oh, there it is. So a little bit of a, well, I guess it's about the same length signal block, so that means the next signal should also be a yellow. We'll see when we get up there. We do a 70 speed limit coming up. That's also going to affect us, because by the time we have a yellow signal here, the next train will be in a 70, so that's going to slow him down. That's going to eventually slow us down. So I'm dropping back a little bit more. The station coming up, for those of you wanting to keep score at home, Applewood, or Appleford. That's the last station before we get to Didcot. Looking ahead at the signals, I want to make sure we have a yellow. We do have a yellow, so let's release that back to a full release of the brakes, and I'm going to keep the power going at 45 for right now because we are on time. Right now we are on time. Lots of signals coming up here. We're going to have to slow down, I think, for one of these signals anyway, for the approach to Didcot. So we need to start slowing down eventually anyway. We're going to keep an eye for a red signal ahead. I'm going to get down to 40 right now. I'm going to keep an eye for a red signal. There's a warning for the 70, which again has nothing to do with us. So zooming in one more time. Let's see if we can get a look at this signal coming around the curve in a moment. I fully expect we're going to have a red signal either here or at the 25. That is a red signal. Just turned green, so that was the approach limited. That was our limited approach signal, so now it's controlled. We are going to move into the 25 segment. But first we're going to move into the 40 segment, so I'm regaining a little bit of my speed to get into the 40 for the junction. And once I've completed that swap over to the next track. I'm going to get ourselves back down to 25. There's the warning for the 25. I was just praying we didn't have to take the 15. We didn't, but we're going to have to hit the brakes here anyway. The green just lit up, but again, we have to hit the brakes to go down to 25 anyway. Whoa, what are you doing, signal? Or train? Oh, I have the throttle on, that's why. That's why I gained speed. The throttle was on. Silly, silly. So we're taking the right. Now, obviously, Slough, we cannot continue to Swindon along this path. So this is indeed a path that we have never taken before. We're going to be doing some shunting over here on this side, and that's all we're going to be able to do because the loop over here is what we can do. Go via Didcot Reception 2. We're going to come in right here, and that's what we're doing. So I think the train we were following has gotten away from us now. We're now going to move into this 25-mile-per-hour section, making sure we're going 25 as much as we can. And we're going to have to hit the brakes in 3/4 of a mile. So we're going to move on to the main tracks here, heading towards the Swindon. Wow, what a sharp curve. That is a sharp curve. Look at that one from behind. And we're going to pull right off because our track ahead would end otherwise. And we're under a new 25 limit. There you go. So our goal is a go via goal. We're going to be dropping off at Didcot Unload. So we need to figure out where Didcot Unload is. And that's the interesting next step here. So Didcot Reception is here. Didcot Unload is all the way around the loop up here. And yeah, Didcot Unload 1 is where we're going to drop our cars off. Then I think we're going to continue on from there. And what cars are we dropping off, you might be asking? I think we're dropping off everything. Drop all these... Oh, 500 points. There you go. Drop all these load wagons off at Didcot Unload 1. So we're picking up everything. We're dropping off everything. Now let's look ahead at our next goal after that. Once we do the unload, we're going to come... How are we going to do that? We're going to have to come around the Ash Loop, apparently. So I think we're going to have to go forward and then couple to that. I'm going to go ahead and do a save after we make our stop to drop off the cars. I'm going to make sure we save before dropping off the cars so we don't have an off air at some point. The main thing is make sure we get to Didcot Parkway by 16:54. So we have 12 minutes to do this. Well, 11 minutes. Speed. Woo. Woo. Brake power for just a second there. Okay, we got him. That was close. Wow, I literally just about got over that. Let's just stay at 25.3 for a while, shall we? No need to push it. We were actually early for our timing, so we should be okay, I would imagine. Going to start to slow down a little bit now, but not completely yet. We're entering the Didcot Unload. So I'm down to about 15, 16 right now. That's where I want to be. Somebody doing some work there. I love seeing these equipment operators here. Just adds a little bit of life to the route, even if it is a bit repetitive. So we're going to go ahead and fully stop now. And I'm going to register a save and we're going to pick up. So I'll register a save here. Yes, we are, and I'm going to look outside. So I believe what we want to do when we unload is take... Whoops, try that again. So 350634 is indeed the first car we're going to unload. So we're going to go ahead and drop that right there. Now the full wagons have been safely delivered. Some empties on Didcot Ashley be taken away. Couple them in the rear of your engines. Got it. Back into the train. Yeah, we're going to get up to speed in a hurry now. This is going to be easy to get up to speed now. So I'm going to stop at 15 for a moment, make sure our tracks are set to get where we need to go. They are not. We need to go over here. I'm going to pull up past that point. Once I pulled up past that point, I can go ahead and back up to exactly where it wants me to go to pick up the cars on the loop. So here we go. And drop the throttle down, so we're now going to straight 25. You can see the green marker ahead for the station. I think that's our go via point to end this scenario. It is actually, no, it is a stop. Didcot Parkway 4. We are going to stop at Didcot Parkway 4, probably to change drivers. We're doing the work for the driver who's going to take over. We're going to go have a break. Half hour doesn't seem like a long enough shift, though, so what do I know? Centering back on where we are. That's where we are in relation to the curve. So once we pass all these points, we're going to come to a stop. So once our track passes the point, we can actually stop. I'm going to start slowing down immediately. My goal is just to make sure I'm past the switch. That'll do. That'll do nicely. No alone, I'm not at the switch. Okay, I'm past the switch now. Let's click that. Put it into reverse, and we're going to back up. There we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and start moving backwards. This time I'm going to hop on the car, on the back of the second engine, and we're going to back up. The Didcot Ash Loop is up there. So we made it to this point in about 6 minutes from when we arrived, 6 or 7 minutes from when we arrived. We have to get to the cars, get them connected, and get out of here fast. We can go a little faster for right now, so let's do that. As we get to the Didcot Ash Loop, I'm going to have to slow down. You can see the cars on the HUD back there. There's what I'm picking up, so let's go ahead and hide that. As we approach the loop, I'm going to slow down on the HUD. Or as we approach the loop on the HUD, I'm going to slow down, I should say. Which means I'm going to start slowing down a little bit now. There's the train. You can see it back there now if I zoom in a little bit. Coming in a little bit fast now, so I'm going to hit those brakes. And now I'm coming in a little slow, so more speed. Can't see much of anything right now. That's not going to help. Wish I could see a little better. I think I can couple now, so we are coupled. Begin the drive out of Didcot and come to a stop at Didcot Parkway 4 in the station to complete the scenario. Roger. Into the cab. Get these guys out of here and get to the station in about 4 minutes. We have a mile to go. I may not have done this in the absolute proper timing, so we might be a little bit off in our timing. Whoa, 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 whoa! I just suddenly gained a lot of speed there. That is freaking me out. That is freaking me out. I just suddenly shot up in speed. That was unexpected. We have a 35 coming up as we get out of here. We are apparently gaining time, which is absolutely good right now. I can stop just one car in the station, and we're good. I don't have to necessarily stop the whole train in there. I just have to get the engine stopped. As long as I do that, scenario is complete. But we are gaining good time right now, so I am probably going to be able to get more of the train in, just based on that. I am gaining good time. I'm also shooting up as I go a very small amount of throttle, which is a little scary. Oh, actually right here, I've almost saved a whole minute already. Not bad. Not bad. We're now 3/4 of a mile out. According to the point, we're 6/10 of a mile out. We should be staying on this track. We're not going to take the path the exit that we took before. We're not just see we didn't go right past it. That's how we came into this area. Now we're looping back into Didcot. So we're going to have to be there in about 2 minutes. We're going to be there in about 2 minutes, or less. So I'd like to be able to get our little bit in the Didcot loop. That was a nice little touch. I enjoyed being able to come to this little area. These last two scenarios I've played have actually been pretty decent in terms of what you can do. I can move up to 35 now, so I'll punch up the speed just a wee bit. Then I'll get ready to come to a stop. So I'm up to about 30 now. I have a yellow signal. I have to stop before the end of the platform, so I'm just going to stop at some point in the platform. And that's all I need to do. So now I'm going to start slowing down. Any part of the train in the platform is all I'm going for here. Technically I should be in the platform now, but I literally have just entered. I'm going to stop wherever I am at 16:54 exactly. My brakes were still on, I did not realize it. Is that where my driver is? No, there's just people blocking, whatever. So I'll stop here now, this is good enough. I just have to stop anywhere in the platform. I am anywhere in the platform, and that does the job. So our stop will be assessed. That's a 3,000 points just for driving that short little distance and following a train. So following the train is a little bit tricky because you have to watch for those yellow signals, and you have to have a little bit of blind faith in this scenario. I'm not sure I like that aspect in here, and I kind of wish the times were a little more relaxed in terms of not gambling, because if you play that properly, you should be going at a much slower speed getting to each signal. So you should be going at a much slower speed approaching each signal that is yellow. So I actually am not sure I'm 100% a fan of the way that's done, but if you know how the signals are going to respond, or if you have blind faith in how the signals are going to respond, like I did, knowing the train was not going to break down, knowing you're going to be able to continue, then you're clear. That's gold. Like, that's a 3,000 points if you can get that. So it may not be 100% realistic, but this is a doable scenario, and I'm not going to complain. It's a doable scenario. I can't complain about that. Well done, you completed the scenario. The coal was delivered successfully, and the empties cleared away. So now we are finishing and going back to the map. And since it's a career scenario, we'll take a look at the career scenario scoring on the map. And there it is. So Duff Coal completed on time, and nothing to really report there. So that's all for that one. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a short one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, support on Patreon if you want to support the work I do here, and also join the Discord server. Other than that, have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever it is for you, your part of the world. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the last scenario here because I'm going to have to change to a standard format. It's not doable otherwise. At least, I mean, it's playable, but you're not going to get a top score is what I mean to say. So it's not doable in my books for that reason. But other than that, I'm done. Other than that, I've done the route. So I may or may not come back and play that scenario because we've actually seen that journey already. So not really much point in doing it. Nonetheless, whatever I do next time, I'll see you for that. Have a wonderful day, evening, or night once again, and I'll see you next time. I'm Cyclone. Bye-bye.